Pemirsa masih bersama kami di Presisi Utama. Beragam indikator menunjukkan laju inflasi di Amerika Serikat semakin mendekati target Bank Sentral atau Federal Reserve sebesar 2%. Tapi data 2 bulan berturut-turut mencemaskan sebagian pihak. Bila berlanjut, kebijakan suku bunga tinggi bisa terus mencekik dunia usaha dan konsumen. Berikut laporan Nova Purwadi dari VOA.
For $8? Nah.
Di Grand Rapids, negara bagian Michigan, Teresa, usia 66 tahun, semakin sering harus mengurungkan pembelian bahan makanan di supermarket.
I love Honey Crisp, but $8-9 for a bag of apples? Nah, that's not good.
Meski telah mencari penghasilan tambahan dengan bekerja di kantin sebuah sekolah, Teresa tak juga merasa bisa mengejar tingginya laju inflasi.
I won't be able to retire, especially with a child that I have here at home. I'm gonna have to work maybe till like about 70 or 72.
Masih di Grand Rapids, tingginya inflasi juga membebani seorang pemilik UMKM.
If inflation is going down, that's great, but I have not seen any of my bills get cheaper. It does not feel like it's gotten better.
Indeks harga konsumen, salah satu indikator utama laju inflasi, menunjukkan penguatan pada Februari, meningkat 3,2% dibandingkan Februari tahun sebelumnya. Angka ini lebih tinggi dibandingkan angka pada Januari saat indeks harga konsumen atau CPI menunjukkan peningkatan tahunan sebesar 3,1%. Dengan demikian 2 bulan berturut-turut, indikator laju inflasi ini telah meningkat melebihi ekspektasi. Sementara pemantauan harga di tingkat grosir dalam indeks harga produsen atau PPI akhirnya juga melebihi ekspektasi, naik ke angka 1,6% secara tahunan. Perkembangan yang bisa membuat Bank Sentral AS atau Federal Reserve menunda penurunan suku bunga acuan.
Having hotter than expected PPI and CPI reports this week means that the likelihood that the Fed is going to surprise anyone and cut before June is highly unlikely. I am now beginning to think it's unlikely that they will cut in June either, as long as inflation stays sticky high. And in the case of PPI, it was energy prices that pushed up that number. I just don't know how exactly the Fed is going to be able to justify cutting rates.
Bila the Fed terlalu cepat menurunkan suku bunga acuan, maka perekonomian AS berpotensi kembali kepanasan.
If you think about the whole point of cutting rates or raising rates, it's to control demand in the economy, right? So if you have strong demand, as we do, and you have robust job markets, and companies are doing really well, and you cut rates too soon, you accelerate and potentially overheat the economy. And so that is really the question here. I don't think demand has stepped back enough to justify cutting rates at this time.
The Fed terakhir menaikkan suku bunga acuan pada Juli 2023 setelah menaikkannya 11 kali sejak Maret 2022 guna mengendalikan inflasi yang sempat menembus 9%. Dari Washington DC, Nova Purwadi dan tim VOA.
Banyak kota besar di Amerika Serikat mengalami peningkatan jumlah warga yang tunawisma. Di Chicago, sebuah proposal digulirkan untuk meningkatkan pajak penjualan properti warga menengah ke atas guna mendanai penanggulangan tunawisma. Tapi prakarsa ini hanya bisa disahkan dengan dukungan mayoritas warga. Informasi selengkapnya berikut kita simak laporan Nova Purwadi dari VOA.
Bersamaan dengan pemilihan pendahuluan di negara bagian Illinois baru-baru ini, warga kota Chicago juga memberikan suara mereka dalam referendum Bring Chicago Home yang didukung wali kota Brandon Johnson. Peraturan daerah ini bila disetujui mayoritas pemilih akan menaikkan pajak penjualan properti berharga lebih dari $1 juta untuk membantu mengatasi masalah ketunawismaan di Chicago.
Over 68,000 people who are experiencing homelessness either by living on the streets, under viaducts, doubled up in homes, over 80% of which are people of color, 17,000 of which are CPS students. This is a moral tragedy, and this initiative for Bring Chicago Home is our opportunity to really start building the permanent affordable housing that people need, as well as the wraparound health services and mental health services.
Sejumlah pemilih yang diwawancarai ABC News mendukung proposal ini.
I think it's important to help people who are unhoused to, get in housing, get off the streets, improve their lives, and, that costs money, whether we like it or not. So I think it's important enough to give a couple more dollars for every year.
Tapi sebagian lain meragukan manfaatnya.
I felt there's a lot of different things changing in the neighborhood, so I just wanted to make sure that I cast my vote just so that I have some input in what's happening.
Proposal Bring Chicago Home akhirnya ditolak mayoritas warga Chicago. Para pemilik properti termasuk yang menolak kuat proposal ini.
This is going to make housing actually more expensive for existing tenants, whether it's office tenants downtown or neighborhood housing providers like myself that are in the neighborhoods.
Tapi keresahan ini ditepis para pendukung Bring Chicago Home yang menyoroti betapa hanya 7% properti di Chicago bernilai di atas $1 juta.
And look, what we're talking about is actually going to improve real estate sales for first-time home buyers because the real estate property tax is actually going to decrease for any properties under $1 million.
Hal ini tak cukup memuaskan pemilik properti.
Small housing providers like myself, who make up about 70% of all the property owners in the city of Chicago, which are individuals, not corporations, they are going to be essentially either priced out of the market, they're not going to be able to compete with bigger players that will come into the Chicago area, and they might pay the tax, but that will get passed down to the consumer at every level.
Para pemilik properti dan realtor siap bekerja sama dengan Pemkot Chicago guna mencari solusi lain terhadap masalah ketunawismaan. Seperti di banyak kota besar lainnya di Amerika Serikat, keterbatasan perumahan yang harganya terjangkau juga ikut memperparah ketunawismaan di Chicago. Dan tadinya bila proposal ini disahkan akan ada dana setahunnya $100 juta untuk ikut menanggulangi masalah ketunawismaan. Dari Washington DC, saya Nova Purwadi dan tim VOA.
Tetaplah bersama kami, Presisi Utama akan segera kembali.